Hello, my name is Diana Kaminskita, and today I'll be talking about understanding and leading change. P1 is asking to compare different organizational examples where there has been an impact of change on an organization's strategy and operations. So, first of all, strategy is a plan or method of organizing your resources in the most efficient and effective way in order to receive the desired outcome. According to Alfred D., the author of Strategy and Structure, the strategy is determination of a long-term goals and objectives of an enterprise and the adoption of courses of action and allocation of resources for carrying out these goals. Kenneth Andrews, Harvard's professor and editor of Harvard's Business Review, who has published the concept of corporate strategy in 1971, which after 9 years he has updated and defined it as arrangement of decisions in an organization which determines and uncovers its goals, objectives, and purposes, produces the standard policies and plans in order to achieve the goal. As well as he defines different businesses companies could follow, what kind of economic or human organization it wants to be, and what nature, economic or non-economic contributions the companies intend to make to shareholders, customers, employees, and communities. In order to prove that it isn't very hard to get the strategy right, management expert Henry Mitzberg developed 5 pieces of strategy defining different approaches to develop the strategy, which are plan, ploy, pattern, position, and perspective. As well as Miles and Snow has identified 4 strategies that organizations must use, which could be prospectors to consistently be innovating and developing, defender, organizations who are happy in their current place in the market, analyzers, they are able to develop new technologies and defend what they have already created in the market. Usually they aim to be the biggest organizations around. The last one is reactors. These don't really have a specific approach in the business. Usually they're just trying to catch up with the changes in the market. Strategies are very important in the organizations. If the strategy is not clearly stated, then it will be difficult to reach company's desired outcome. Another important procedure in the organization is operations. It is converting materials and labor into goods and services as efficient and effective as possible in order to maximize the profit. Simply, it is an input of resources which follows to transformational process where the resources become the output, products or services which goes to the end of the consumer. It's very important to control all operational processes, which could be done by using total quality management, which will help to detect and reduce all manufacturing mistakes. It will also ensure that all employees are well trained, and it would help to improve customer experience. Or another tool that organizations might use is continuous improvement, which will help to identify opportunities in order to streamline workflow at the same time reducing waste. However, according to Frederick Taylor's scientific management, to get the best results, organizations must follow 4 principles. Use scientific method to study work and identify the most efficient and effective way to perform the task. Assign specific employees based on their capability and motivation to the task, at the same time provide training in order for him to perform at maximum efficiency. Then keep monitoring the worker and supervise if needed to make sure that they are following that they are working on the most efficient way, as well as allocating the work to managers and employees in order for managers to spend their time planning and training and employees to allow to work in the most efficient way. In this competitive environment, it's very important to be aware what is happening around, as you might need to change in order to survive. Let's take Tesco. In 2015, company has had the worst results in history with pre-tax loss of £6.4 billion. Tesco had to face the truth, and it was crucial to make some changes. The biggest Tesco competitors are German discounters Aldi and Lidl. In order to compete with them, Tesco has bought Booker's for £3.7 billion, who also owns the Premier, Budgens and Londis store brands. And then Tesco became the largest retailer and wholesaler in the market. In 2017, Tesco became the first retailer to offer same-day grocery delivery to its customers across the UK, as well as considering consumer needs to eat more healthily. Tesco has reformulated own-label products to eat healthy, which as the analyst in retail economics Richard Lim said, with household budgets under pressure, the supermarket appears to have benefited from shoppers trading down to own brand labels, which deliver more sustained profitability. It is not only Tesco who benefit. It gave an opportunity for those who can't afford well-known brands to be able to afford the same products labeled by Tesco. Tesco has also changed their strategy, concentrating on customer needs, at the same time ensuring that the business runs in a sustainable and cost-effective way by cutting down its cost and merging its operations together into one contact center in Dundee, where they will employ 250 extra staff. However, at the same time taking away 1,100 jobs in Cardiff. Tesco thinks that this new approach will streamline customer service over the phone, social media and email. It is also considering to enable users to add things to their shopping basket by using voice-controlled Google Home. It is all affecting Tesco operations in terms of transformational change, and having the right leadership to adopt this change successfully. By buying Booker's and other store brands what it owns, and by merging operation centers into one where with different cultures, different employees and different operations, it requires having the right strategy and a strong leadership to merge it all successfully. Comparing it to McDonald's, where it has changed in terms of customer preferences to eat healthily, and there is a lot of healthier substitutes to it. If they had to either increase their prices, which they haven't, instead they've computerized their systems. They've reduced the number of employees by putting self-service tills, checkouts in place. So instead of a person serving their customer at the till, now the customer can make an order themselves, and they're being served following the order number on the screen. This technological change is more of efficiency type of change, saving time and less waste. Now let's go to P2, which is asking to evaluate the ways in which internal and external drivers of change affect leadership, team and individual behaviors within an organization. There could be internal external drivers of change that might impact the organization in terms of leadership, team or individual behavior. Let's again take Tesco as an example, which I've mentioned before. In 2015, Tesco had a pre-tax loss of 6.4 billion, which was recorded the biggest loss in the UK market. In response to this, Tesco has purchased one of the main cash and carry wholesaler, which is Booker's, who is also owning Londis and Budgens. These brands were cheaper and more affordable type of food stores, what consumers sees value for money, and that could directly compete with Aldi and Lidl. The Purchase of these brands was a big change. It has affected Tesco in terms of structure, as Booker's, Londis and Budgens are different brands with a different cultures and structure had to be integrated into Tesco and the way it conducts its business. Even Tesco's technology such as self-service tills, IT systems, all processing, loyalty cards and much more will have to be integrated from Tesco to Booker's, Londis and Budgens. It was a big organizational change for these three companies as the strategy had to be changed. To identify and evaluate environmental factors, organizations should use PESTEL as a tool to analyze external environment as well as SWOT analysis in order to analyze organizations' internal strengths and weaknesses and opportunities and threats in external environment. Opportunities and threats in external environment. Not excluding Tesco, political economic factors have done a big impact on Tesco. Due to Brexit, value of a pound has decreased, hence cost of goods has increased, including that products from EU has become more expensive, which has impacted Tesco's overall net profit, which became lower, which then increased competition from Aldi and Lidl. Becomes worse as combining it with economic factors in terms of consumer spending, the cost of inflation has increased very fast and high. However, consumer wages have not increased as much, which then, according to consumer research, people are shopping in different places in order to get the best deal when they could easily find everything in one place. And overall, the drive of change in Tesco's is the fact that economy and increased competition affected company in terms of increased cost of goods and decreased overall sales. How does this affect individual behavior? Due to integration in Tesco, Booker's, Budgens and Londis employees will feel uncertain about their jobs. They might even go through different psychical stages until they will accept the change and start adopting it to become part of it. The biggest disadvantage is that during that period, people are demotivated, mentally broken, and police are scared of uncertainty, which follows about not caring how they perform, and they become inefficient. On the other hand, once they adopt the change and integrate into the new company, they'll become more efficient and confident and productive. In Tesco, employees have got a wide range of knowledge and experience in a wholesale business as well as in cheaper stores such as Londis and Budgens. After Tesco has merged with these companies, in effect to that, its sales have clearly increased, and combining all these merged companies together, they cover a wide range of the market. How does this affect the teams? Same as individual behavior, it demotivates teams too. The integration into different companies causes stress, depression, and uncertainness. According to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, physiological and safety needs will not be met until the change is adopted. Individual being as part of the team will not feel secure and motivated to perform the task, which will lead the team to be inefficient. Employees from Booker's, Londis and Budgens might not have enough knowledge, experience and skills to work in Tesco. Until they learn, they won't be as efficient as individual as part of the team. However, in the long term, they will learn and gain all required experience and knowledge. They'll become more effective once they will integrate. And to become an effective team, company needs the right leaders to lead, inspire and motivate teams. In Tesco's situation, the leaders would need to adopt transformational leadership style. They would need to inspire positive changes to those who are new, in this case employees from Booker's, Budgens and Londis. Transformational leaders should be involved in the process and focus on helping every member of the team in order to succeed. The leader would need to motivate all managers of Londis, Budgens and Bookers and help them to integrate into Tesco. The leader would need to change the way employees from other companies are thinking. Once they are motivated, they will work harder in order to achieve company's objectives. As we can see, it's very important to have the right leaders to help the integration of Booker, Budgens and Londis, and Tesco has completed it successfully. In conclusion, we can see that Tesco has faced different factors which impacted the change. Furthermore, Tesco not only survived through the difficult time, it has reacted and became a bigger and stronger organization.